What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. In the days of us getting auto loans for more than we can actually realistically prove on paper, yeah, that's over. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to the channel. And today, before we get into today's video, I just got to talk a little bit about the people that are making today's video possible, and that's this right here, Morgan & Morgan. It is literally the largest personal injury law firm, I guess I can say, in the galaxy now. Maybe Captain Kirk might slip and fall in the Enterprise and some other star system and call John Morgan on the phone. I don't know. But I know for a fact that they are the largest law firm on this planet that we call Earth right now that handles personal injury cases. In fact, you could be sitting on your couch, open up your phone, and submit a claim within 8 clicks. It's really that simple. You don't even have to get off your couch. Everything can be done right here from your cell phone. Super, super, super easy. Highly recommended. forthepeople.com/TK's Garage. Again, that was forthepeople.com/TK's Garage. If you're looking for an attorney, I would recommend them, and I definitely think you should go check it out. Again, one more time, forthepeople.com/TK's Garage. All right, guys, getting into today's video, it's gonna suck. All right, let's talk a little bit about it. So there's an auto loan crisis that's going on right now. And part of it was brought on by us dealers ourselves, but also on the banks. When COVID hit, everything got super relaxed. Like, people were coming in, and I'll give you an example. There were people that went through a dealership that I know in North Carolina with the same bank statements that literally just ran them through a PDF editor, changed the name on the account, didn't even change the account numbers, and ran them through as verification of income because they were getting their, unemployment money or whatever it was, and they had the ability to afford a vehicle that they might not be able to afford today, and that's literally what's happening. There's so many defaults, repossessions, people that walked away from cars, and not just scumbags, right? Let me be very clear. Average Americans are walking away from car loans. I'll tell you why. People bought Hyundai Tellurides, right? Or whatever, is that what it was? Or is it the Kia? It was the Kia Telluride and the Hyundai Palisade. And they were paying $72,000 to $85,000 for that SUV, which is already going to massively depreciate as you put miles on it. They did the same thing with BMWs. I know somebody that had a car very similar to my Petty Roosevelt, right? Newer body style. It was the LCI facelift version. BMW 550, M550. He paid $146,000 for that car. That's about what an M5 competition would cost you pre-markup now at a dealership. Ridiculous. I saw people buying Priuses for $45,000, $50,000. It's still going on today with this insane markup crap. You saw the new Nissan Nismo Z. There's a dealer in LA that's smoking all kinds of dicks and crack, and they were offering that car for $158,000. Bro. So part of the issue is on the dealers for kind of allowing these deals to go through our finance departments and stuff. Like, that's a thing. The other part is the banks approved all this crap. Don't get it twisted. If you don't think the banks have all kinds of fraud detection and stuff in, I can tell you right now, it is so hard to get a car loan, even if you're super legit. Never mind if you're in there on some bogus shit with a CPN, a fake social security number, you got some trade lines and an 800 credit score, and you're going there trying to get a scat pack so you can put it on Facebook in 2 weeks for 10 grand. That's literally what a lot of the problem is. There's so much fraud going on right now in the industry. Banks are tightening up. Credit union, I'll give you a prime example. Most of my high dollar, anything over $75,000, if I was buying a car, truck, whatever it was, I would run through PenFed, right? Pentagon Federal Credit Union. I run it through PenFed, right? I've had a relationship with that credit union for a long ass time, right? My Lamborghini Gallardo, for you guys that have followed me for a long time, when I had the Gallardo, I got that through PenFed, right? So even they, right? I was looking at buying something stupid. I admit it, I was. I saw this R8. I thought it might be something that would be interesting on the channel, and I thought I'd rock it out for like 6 months and then sell it. The interest rate that PenFed, a partner, a credit union that I've worked with for a very long time, the interest rate that they came back with, like, it made me feel like these kids that are buying Hellcats paying 25% interest. You know what I'm saying? They came back with an interest rate for me with high credit, no debt, no whatever, at 12.5%. Negative, Ghost Rider. That's not happening. We ain't doing that. We don't pay 12.5% around here. Now you're going to say, well, TK, it's an exotic car to hold its value. It's an R8. It is not a Lamborghini. It is not a Ferrari. It is not a Koenigsegg. It is not a McLaren. Sorry. Yeah, the R8s do okay value-wise, but, and R8 guys are going to get mad when I say this, but an R8 is closer to a BMW i8, even though it's the same engine, same... Look, I get it. I understand. I get it. TK, the R8 is the same thing as a Huracan. It is. It's actually the same damn car. I don't care. The market doesn't consider it the same car. They're not selling for the same prices. So it is what it is. But I looked at it because I figured it could be something I could roll for 6 months, make some interesting content here on the channel with it, go to a couple things like maybe Scary Fast or maybe another YouTuber call out or something with it, and then sell the car for maybe a little less than I paid for it or break even. That's what the plan was. But after I got that interest rate, no, negative. In fact, you know, I saw some stuff on the news, and this is a different video I had to make for you guys, but dealers are overloaded with inventory now. Remember when you couldn't get cars at the dealer and you were overpaying for stuff, and dealers were willing to buy your shit for more than what you paid for it? Yeah, those days are gone. They have so many cars, they can't get rid of them. All right? And I'm talking about new ones, like the Jeep Wranglers and the, the Renegades, the pickup trucks. They're selling those things for $25,000 under sticker. I'm going to do a separate video. I'm actually going to go to a dealership and show you. And it's because nobody can get a loan. They can't sell the damn cars. And that's literally because of the repos, the fraud, the BS, the crap. And as this gets worse, I feel like, I said this before in just a recent video here when I was talking about the repo crisis. I feel like we're on the border. We're on that edge. We're really on that edge of a financial collapse. I hate to say it. I'm not, oh, the sky is falling. I'm just, from experience, from what I've seen in my lifetime. Let's take a look at this, guys. Look at some of these off MSRP. All right, 2023 Rams, 11,000 off sticker. All right, hold on one second. We got to turn the phone's gonna die, but I want to get this video done. Look at all this stuff. These are you never saw anything off MSRP. Everything was overpriced. Look at this, save 6,000. Let's just look and see what a 2023 Challenger RT is selling for. I just want to look, and it's going to explain a lot of why they can't sell these cars. Look at this, a 5.7 V8 with a manual is selling for more than I paid for my Scat Pack built. And they're wondering why they can't sell the cars. I mean, this is insane. But look at how many they have. Look at this. Challenger RT 5.7 V8. It's got a shaker okay. 51,600. Oh my God. That's ridiculous. And you see a bunch of them here. You do. You see a bunch of them here. No, you can't help me, chick. Go away. You see them popping up. We want to sell you a car. They have plenty of RTs, but remember, we don't have any RTs. We can't sell any. We don't have any. 46 grand. 46 grand. Look at this weird ass color. 55 grand. 50 grand. Like, this is insane, man. What they're trying to sell an RT for, and there's a reason. Look, people said, "Oh, you can't even get a V8 at a Dodge right now." Really? Really? You sure about that? You sure about that? I mean, I can scroll through. Look at all that inventory. Look, there's more. Look at all that inventory. That's insane. Oh, we don't have any inventory. You can't even go buy a V8. So listen, clearly, you can go buy a V8 at Dodge. And the Dodge dealer I was showing you, Sahara, is not really, they don't have a ton of inventory. It's not a big lot. It's not like Tobin or some of the other big ones in Las Vegas. And there's plenty of V8s available because the prices are too damn high and they can't get loans on them. Because here's the thing, the banks are, all those days of getting 150 to 160 LTV loan to value, that's dead. It's over. And I think, for me personally, I feel like we're literally on the cusp, right on the edge, when you're going to see all that go. It's going to slide right off. And in 2024, probably like mid-2024, you're going to see some of those V8 Challengers and Chargers selling like 25, 30 grand. Yep.